Run.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, so welcome to Date Night Disaster. We are currently on a bad date. We're hosted by me, Vanessa, and Chris.
Yes, hello, guys.
Hi, and I am going to catch Chris up on all of the internet rabbit holes that I've been down this week, mostly true crime. We're gonna do some fun stuff first, so that's not necessarily true crime related. So, what do you want to do first?
I don't even know any of this stuff. Like I'm a first time audience for all of this information because I spend all my time working. So
yeah, I think this is the first time that we've ever streamed together. Like we've done a lot of things where I was streaming and you were doing backstage for like big conferences and things like that. And we've done interviews where I'd be behind the camera and you'd be doing the interview and vice versa. But I don't think we've ever done anything like this before. So this is going to be kind of cool. Yeah. Also, you asked me earlier after you told me to calm down, which anybody knows you don't say that. And then you're like, well, what does get you to calm down? Showing me videos of cats. Because as soon as I saw that video, I was like immediately happy.
Yeah. Any video of a cat's good.
So first I want to talk to you about this law that they have in Texas that they just passed, right? Did you hear about this?
No, I don't know about it.
Okay. So Texas passed this law where they're mandating that all K through 12 schools teach Bible studies.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Okay. They also have to display the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, I've heard of some places that are doing that where it's like they want to teach mandatory, like it's mandatory reading to have to read a Bible study or read Bible stories.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you something that I sent to one of our friends who lives in Texas this morning. And it was really weird because I sent it to him and he was like, oh, that's funny, and explained why it was funny. And I was like, yeah, you don't have to explain it to me, dude. Like, it's my joke. Thank you.
I came up with it. Yeah, I sent it to you. So
right.
No need for explanation.
So I think that I've officially found a loophole for not the law, but at least having like the 10 Commandments displayed.
Yeah.
Let me bring it up. I put it on X. Will you read these?
Hold on. The 10 crack commandments. Let me see. I gotta make it bigger. Hold on.
It's okay. I can see it really big. I'll read it.
Okay.
Okay. Thou shalt smoke crack. Thou shalt not smoke crack with the police. Thou shalt smoke crack in moderation. Thou shalt not let thy crack rock. What does that mean? Thou shalt not let thy crack rock. What?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Thou shalt glorify crack. Thou shalt not be jealous of thy neighbor's crack.
That's a definite symptom of smoking crack, I'm sure.
Thou shalt keep thy crack game tight. Thou shalt not snitch on thy crack homies.
That's an important one.
Thou shalt get high and mind thy business. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Thou shalt always have crack money. That's a lofty.
That's no, there's no way. That is every crackhead will break that commandment.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people that smoke crack that also have a lot of money left over. So,
well, I don't know. Let's see it as like a lofty crack.
A lofty goal. Yeah.
Lofty crack goal. All right. So, okay. Here's a good one. You know who Ryan Hall is on YouTube?
No.
Okay. So you know who Max Velocity is?
Oh, I know Max Velocity. Yes.
Right, because we watch Max Velocity here all the time. So funny. I love Max Velocity. Anytime there's like any sort of tornado outbreak in the United States, it'll say he's gone live, and I'll click on it. And he makes it really exciting. I'll watch it for like 6 hours and go to sleep to it. He has all these storm chasers. It's really cool, right? And he's always kind of like mispronouncing names of like every town in America, but he has a degree in meteorology, and he's great. He's like a wonderkins because he's pretty young, but he's been doing this a long time. He's really good. I'm guessing he did it as a hobby as a teenager and then went to school. Yeah. But there's this other guy who has even more followers that does it. His name is Ryan Hall, and he has some sort of AI bot that makes a lot of mistakes, and everybody complains about it. I cannot figure this guy out, this Ryan Hall. I can't figure out why anybody would watch it. It's so completely obnoxious. So I want to show you Ryan Hall. Let me bring him up.
Yeah. I can't imagine anyone competing with Max Velocity. Max Velocity is like the best meteorologist in the country.
This guy's even called Ryan Hall, y'all.
Oh, I don't like that.
Ryan Hall, y'all, and his y'all bot. So let me bring up. Sorry, you're usually the person behind StreamYard, so I'm just doing this for the first time today.
Yeah, no worries.
It's not hard though. Can you see this?
Yeah, Ryan Hall, y'all.
So just like, I'm going to click on one of his live streams. Although I don't know if I have sound enabled, but. Can you hear anything?
For Livingston and Marshall counties as well. So we're encouraging everyone over here to take shelter.
It's a nice looking stream.
Because what we just did was, look, there's 42,000 people watching now. We got
42,000 people watching. And like Max Velocity over that. This guy's got 3.4 million subscribers.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, this dude sucks. I'd much rather watch Max Velocity. Like, I don't get it.
He seems like a pretty engaging host, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, that little bit that I saw of him was not, it wasn't terrible. Like, I'm sure he's an engaging person to somebody.
I must have played him at the wrong moments because I've tried to watch his streams. I'm like, who's this guy? He's got a lot of people watching now. He's no Max.
No Max.
Yeah, so hopefully somebody will watch this and want to date Max. Because he complains a lot about not having a girlfriend.
Does he actually complain a lot about not having a girlfriend? Like, I've heard him talk about, like, in jest about him complaining about not having a girlfriend.
He doesn't. He just makes jokes because people say something in the chat, and he'll just be like, "No, I haven't found a girlfriend yet."
Yeah.
And then he'll talk about like ordering some DoorDash. Oh, did you? I think I showed you yesterday briefly that volcano in Hawaii erupted.
Yes. I love a good volcano.
Wow, this guy edited over the video. Good, because I want to talk shit on this guy. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the volcano eruption. Great, but
yeah.
And that final pressure release.
There's something wrong with this guy. I don't know what it is. You see him?
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday. I think it's the beard, honestly.
I don't think he's ugly, but there's like something about that person's face that's like, I mean, he's not an ugly person. I'm not saying that. Mm-hmm. There's something about him that seems like untrustworthy and scary.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, I get like a total vibe from him.
I really think it's his weird beard because he's got like the weird like shaped beard that like is real close cut, but he's kind of patchy too. I think that's where you're getting those like molester vibes from.
I did not say it was a molester vibe.
That's my assumption.
You need to apologize.
I apologize.
Yeah, because that's.
I'm not implying he is. That's the vibe I thought you were going with.
I got so many crime stories to talk about. I got a couple more fun things if you want to talk about them now.
Yeah, let's do the fun things first, and then we'll get into the crime.
So, oh my shit! I saw this animal. Right, it has the head of a giraffe, and it has the body of a horse, and it has deer legs, but the deer legs are straight. No shit.
Is this AI?
No, and it only exists in the Congo.
Okay.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I absolutely want to see that.
All right, let me bring it up. Let me move it. Okay, I gotta pause. Sorry, I'm learning StreamYard today, so. Okay. Here it is.
Oh.
Look at that giraffe head on it, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Whoa. That is cool. I feel like I've seen that before, but not with the stripes.
You've seen it where?
Like an animal that looks like that, but it was all a solid color. It had the head though, but that's a crazy looking animal. Okapi. Yeah, I have seen an Okapi before.
Have you?
Not in real life. Like I've never run into one in the wild, but I feel like I've seen a video of one of these before.
Okay, well, there's that. Okay, so do you remember Kelsey Fitzsimmons?
Vaguely. I remember the name.
Okay, so she was that, I don't know where in Massachusetts she was, but like everything in Massachusetts is just like some sort of corrupt or fucked up blur that it's hard to keep track what town somebody lives in.
No.
Oh, North Andover Police Department. I remember that now.
Okay.
So she was like a cop, and like she's this like disgustingly ugly and stupid boyfriend, and he like, I don't know, he wanted to break up with her, but instead just went this whole drama route. Well, he like served they did some sort of protection order on their baby because she had the baby was really little. I think it was still breastfeeding maybe.
Okay.
It was like a really young baby, and he was like, oh, she's gonna hurt the baby because they got in a fight at their bachelorette party. They had a combination bachelorette party. Anyway, he got this restraining order basically saying she was a harm to like herself and the baby. And it's not really investigated, but she was a police officer for the department that served the order. So like cops that were her colleagues came in to take her baby. And she ended up getting shot by a guy who used to be her partner. And I guess like, I don't know. She was charged and she was acquitted, so whatever, it's fine. But the boyfriend guy, ex-fiance, he got custody of the baby because she was in jail for like a really long time, and there's a whole drama thing. I'm not going to get into it there. So now she's in this custody dispute, and a lot of people are like covering her family court custody case. I'm not that interested in it. I mean, I hope she gets her baby back. I'm not that interested in it because it involves like kids, and I don't really like talking about kids. You know, it's fine. But she is starting a YouTube channel, and good. I hope that it does well and she makes a lot of money. But this asshole ex, he keeps like throwing stuff at her at court, and it's so petty, right? So he was throwing at her that like made this whole like legal complaint because she had her baby on Mother's Day, and I'm sure it was just like a few hours visitation because she's still fighting for custody. Yeah. And there was like a picture of her with the baby, and the baby was like not shown its face or whatever, like it was backwards, and she did it to protect the privacy or whatever. And then he was like, oh, she had her picture of her baby on the internet, and it's like, anyway, if I were her, I would be keeping a low profile, but she needs to make money. So I'm getting a little bit of an echo from you, by the way.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
No.
Okay. I might try headphones. I'm gonna try it. See
okay.
Ugh. It's so bad. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. You're like in the other room, so we'll just next time we'll have to do this differently. Like somebody can go in the office/cat's bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I wanted to show you, let me bring this up. Okay. Let me pause it. Sorry for my StreamYard learning curve. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Of a crime I didn't do and spent
Can you hear it?
138 days incarcerated before
Is
I
that
was
her?
convicted of all charges.
You can hear it?
And
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it. It lost everything. I did think I was going to die.
Okay, so that's Kelsey Fitzsimmons on the right. And that is Tim Bradle's, yeah, I know, she's gorgeous. And that's Tim Bradle's paralegal, who she's friends with now. Because like they really bonded when she was in prison. And Courtney, her name's Courtney, she did a lot of stuff to help her. But like, what the fuck? Is this supposed to be like a pajama party?
Yeah.
And if it is, like, that's a good concept, no problem. But like this asshole Justin guy is going to be like, she's making softcore porn videos on a couch without pants with other women or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're not wearing any pants.
I was accused of crime. Right.
My guess is that they're wearing shorts of some kind and that it's covered up by their like sweatshirts, their short and sweatshirts look they've got going on.
They're just like booty shorts.
Yeah, never nudes, you know.
Okay, like I said, I'm gonna watch two gorgeous women sitting on a couch, not wearing pants. I think that's fine. I was just kind of like, ooh, like he's gonna spin this somehow. Just the not wearing pants aspect of it, and I'm just like,
yeah, I could see him trying to spin it as like she's trying to be a thirst trap or something like that for attention or to make money or whatever, and that makes her. It reinforces his idea that she shouldn't be a mother or she shouldn't have custody of the child or something like that.
right, especially when it's been so petty.
Yeah.
Anyway, the YouTube channel is Case Notes Unfiltered. I'm definitely going to watch it because like I was a supporter of hers. I thought the whole story was awful, but
the story was awful. I remember with the story now where her own partner shot her because she was put a gun to her own head or apparently pulled a gun. It was claiming she wanted to try to kill herself. But so the reaction is to shoot her, like do her a favor and just put her out of her misery. Like what kind of police officer is that?
I don't know. He said something like she was crouched behind a door and then popped out and like was aiming her gun at him. So he shot her. Yeah,
but I thought that story had been refuted. Like I thought there was another version of the story and that was his version of the story that she jumped out and like rolled at him or did some like crazy move to like try to get in an angle where she could harm him. And then wasn't there like a expert witness that testified that she would have had to do all these things that even a really well-trained marksman wouldn't be able to do?
You don't even have to go that far. She didn't have a door. Like the upstairs of the house where she was living was so small that she took the doors off. And I don't know if it's because they had a baby so she could get through easier or if she just wanted a more open floor plan, you know, either way, like you can just cut that argument down by saying that was his statement right after. Like she doesn't even have a door. How was she crouched behind a door? He didn't say doorway. Like he said she was behind the door, like the door was pulled out and she was like behind it, like peekaboo. Like she wasn't, it just.
That's not even possible.
Yeah. So like it just stops there. And like I said, she had a bench trial. She was found not guilty. So that's over. Great. It's just, you know, the problem of like getting the baby back is, man, so I'm glad I dressed this way. Like I have the shirt that I cut like my perimenopause slits in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's helping because like I was hot, so I put a sweater on. Now I'm sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, you're having the hot and cold temperature issues.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk about lolcows a little bit?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay. So a lolcow is basically somebody who is so ridiculous that has an online presence, but they have like no self-awareness about it. So people just endlessly make fun of them.
Okay.
And a lot of the time these people have some sort of personality disorder. Like, the Jess Macchiato lady that's being made fun of all the time right now.
Yeah.
Like, she just doesn't understand. She's just, people are being mean to me, but like she won't stop, and that's why it perpetuates. Like they just don't get it. She doesn't get it.
Right.
This isn't about her, although there is something about her I could talk to you about later. Not really her directly, indirectly, but
right.
I got online. It was like, I don't know, like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And I was watching this. I just clicked live to see who was live. And I got like this random, I don't even know, random whatever. And it was these Australians talking. And there was a lady on the screen that she was unhealthily big. And I don't like to put down people's weight or anything like that. But this was like the kind of big that you see on those like TLC shows.
Yeah.
And she was just eating and eating. And these people are making fun of her. And I'm like, what is this? Because they're streaming her members only stream. And I probably watched it for like 30 minutes trying to figure out what was going on. But she ate like 2 chicken parms and like 3 sweet potatoes that she mashed up and put all kinds of butter and stuff on. And I'm just like, what's this lady doing? So I Googled her. Oh my God. Wait until you see this. Oh, let me find her. That's her YouTube channel. Okay, we'll go there first. Okay. You see, I'm not trying to fat shame her, but the point of this is she's plus size, but it's like I don't know.
Kind of extreme.
Right. But if you not even just Google, if you put her in YouTube, there are hundreds of streams of people making fun of her because she's what they call a lolcow, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to play any of her streams because like, it's just, I feel like people are watching her like she's a zoo animal.
Yeah.
I was guilty of doing it once when I was like, what is this? I don't want to do that again. But I went to her link tree and I'm going to show you this. See, now I understand why it takes Turtleboy so long
to click through
and like get stuff up. Right, yeah. You can see this. So she has an Amazon wish list, which we're going to go through.
I cannot see.
She has her mailing address on there, which is a P.O. box. Good for her. I guess she didn't always have a P.O. box. So this is what tipped me off to what she's doing. Groomed into feederism. We're all insane podcast interview. Right?
Wait, was she a feeder? Like, did somebody feed her?
She is a feeder. She's a feeder, right? You know what that is?
Vaguely. I think that's when, like, for people who like larger size people and they want to feed them as much as possible.
Yeah, they want to watch them eat messy and call them like a piggy.
Yeah.
But they want them to be like really fat while, that's this whole like fetish or whatever.
Yeah.
So, right. She's a feeder, fine. But it says groomed into feederism. So like, how does she have the presence of mind to know that she was groomed into it? Like, isn't that a revelation that you have when you're not in it anymore after like therapy and you're like, oh, I was groomed, meaning you are no longer that, but
right.
You realize you were groomed. Not like I was groomed at a really young age into doing this, and now I embrace it. It's how I'm going to make all my money.
Yeah. I mean, she may not have a lot of other options. She may be disabled to some degree when she's that big.
Oh, for sure. So she has an Amazon wish list.
Okay.
And I'm going to share that because I was like, what? What do you think would be on her Amazon wish list?
Blender?
Maybe. Let's see.
Juicer?
So
Blackstone?
So it says no. It says if it says purchased, it's not. There are ways for people to troll that. So I guess people like buy things and then immediately cancel to like mess with her. And she has a lot of subs because people like are subbing to get these members only streams so they can like restream and make fun of her. But she
Are you
wants some.
sure that's the only reason why people are subbing? Like, does she have a lot
No.
of organic subs?
Listen, I'm sure that there are some of those. The majority of them are the let's make fun of this woman.
No, it's terrible.
So yeah, she wants stain remover and she wants a new microphone. Right. That just these microphones came on today.
Okay.
In earplugs, that wasn't there yesterday. And then here we go. This is where it was before. Dole Whip on the go 0 sugar variety drink mix packets.
People love those Dole Whips.
I'm glad she's thinking about her sugars, and I'm not making fun of diabetes because I have it too.
A lot of drink packets.
Yeah, she wants drink packets. And it looks somebody purchased the air fryer, but they didn't.
I was gonna say an air fryer, and I felt kind of guilty saying an air fryer because I felt like that was making fun of her. But I guess she really does want an air fryer.
Ibuprofen. It's like this is weird shit that you just go to the store and buy with your HSA ibuprofen, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And what's above that? Is that ice trays?
Yeah, ice trays for freezer.
You would think if you're gonna make like an Amazon wish list that the wish would be like a big ask, right? Like it wouldn't be something that is fairly affordable.
And then she's really into nails and like that's nice for her. Oh, she wants a laptop. I mean, that's the kind of thing I could see her asking for. Like, give me a laptop, this tech stuff, but like drink packets, ibuprofen, and that's most of it. Like body wash, shampoo, like that's weird.
She must be hurting.
I need one of these.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I think your mom gave me one a while ago.
Did she?
Yeah, but it was like, you know how your mom always buys stuff she buys stuff from like Facebook ads and it's always like crap, like just like the worst junk, poorly made, whatever. Yeah, she gave me one of those that she bought on impulse buy. I was like, you know, because perimenopause has been kicking my ass for years now. Yeah. Like toward the beginning of my perimenopause journey, I was just like sweating all the time, you know, before I started taking estrogen patches, and I was just like, oh. And she's like, hey, I have a fan, you put it around your neck. But my hair's long. I mean, it's shorter now, but because I just got it cut, but it would get tangled up in my hair. Even if I had because you know, my hair is really fine. So like if I pull it back, it's going to start falling out and it would just get in the.
That's got to be painful.
No, your hair is stuck in it. So what are you going to do? You have to like turn it off and then spend all this time like trying to get it out.
Ugh. That's brutal.
The alternative is like cut your hair.
Or be hot.
All right. Oh, this has been everywhere. Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham stuff. Do you know about this?
Vaguely. I know who Caitlin Clark is. I don't know who Sophie Cunningham is. I know Caitlin Clark's a female basketball player. She's a professional now, and she is really, really good, apparently. Okay.
So anyway, I want to show you this first video, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. You see that?
Yeah. Oh. Was that person falling over and just trying to like break their fall, or did they specifically go down there to do that? Looks like they specifically went down there to do it.
It does, and she's getting hit like all the time.
That's BS.
All the time. Yeah, it's BS, and I don't want to get too into it because a lot of the debates I'm hearing online are all like race related, and that really, really bothers me. Like, I don't think if women are ganging up on her, I don't think it's because she's white and they're black. I think it's because women are just fucking bitches and she's really good.
Yeah.
You know, women can be amazing. I prefer the company of women, not like dating because I'm straight.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the company of women more than men.
Right.
But women can also be really shitty. I enjoy the company of non-shitty women. Anyway, so I think it has more to do with that. And I don't really want to get into there's also like a gay straight thing. And I'm not really buying that either. Saying like basketball is like predominantly gay and she isn't or something. So I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this.
What?
You know, I'm a man. I've grown up pretty much with male and female friends, but the female friend dynamic is different for a man and a woman. Is it hard to be friends with other women? Do you find that, like, in general, other women come across as competitive and catty towards women more so than men?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, so, like, not all of them, though, but a lot of them, yes. You just kind of have to find them, like Rhonda, for example, who is, like, one of my best friends. I love her so much. She can be vicious to people if they mess with her. But like, I'm good. I mean, she asked me once, she sent me a text message once and told me that she killed somebody.
Yeah.
And she needed help. And I was like, I'll be right over. Stop texting me.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, I was just testing you to see what kind of friend you were.
That's rude.
I guess I passed the friendship test, right?
Hopefully your reaction was positive enough. But that's a weird place to put a person in, like make them an accomplice to a murder by calling them out and be like, you have to help me hide the body. You don't agree?
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, and if for some reason that ever happens again, I'll just be like, no, I can't help you. Don't call me. And then be like, wait, I left some stuff at your house. So I need to come get those before I terminate our friendship. Yeah.
Because you don't want to be sending that stuff over text. Like that's somebody can subpoena that.
Right. Oh yeah, sure. Okay. So this girl, Caitlin Clark, with that video, she's just getting her ass kicked like that all the time in every game. Like, and there's these women are speaking out, her teammates. A big one is Sophie Cunningham, who I'll talk to you about in a minute, because she's the one. Oh, you'll see it in a minute.
Okay.
Do you remember when I was like finger pointing at you?
Yeah, you were doing that yesterday and you couldn't tell me why. So I'm curious why.
You're going to find out why. But anyway, Caitlin they're calling her like a generational player. She might be like the greatest women's basketball player that we'll ever see in our lives. A big argument is it's really drawing people in and getting them excited about women's basketball, which, I mean, I've heard for so many years people talking about, like, because I'm not really into basketball, although I'm starting to change my mind. But the women are very tall.
You like a good tall woman.
I like to be around really tall women because I'm tall. So it's nice to be around people that are like my height or maybe a little bit taller. So it's not, I don't know. So you're not like Lurch from the Addams Family everywhere you go.
Right.
Which, you know, wouldn't be so shocking if it was a man, but it's like if I'm in public and I sit down, I'm sitting down, and if I stand up, people around me are like, because they didn't expect me to be so tall. Anyway, like in a lot of places in Europe, like Iceland and stuff, women are generally taller. I think the average height's like 5'8". So it's still a little bit shorter than me, but then you have tall women that are even taller than me. So I love it. All their pants, if you buy pants there, they're all long enough. It's great. So yeah, I like a tall woman. And when I was a kid, people would be like, do you play basketball? And I would always be like, you play basketball?
Have you ever played basketball though?
I don't think so. I think like when you're in gym class and they have you do like girly basketball where you just dribble a little bit and you shoot a hoop. I'd do that, but I didn't particularly enjoy it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be a basketball player.
But you don't know like the rules of basketball. Like if I asked you about traveling, would you know what traveling is?
Yeah. That's where you travel with the ball, but you're not dribbling.
Correct.
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you for the test.
I was just curious. I wasn't trying to test you. I was wondering how much you knew about it.
All right, so I'm going to bring up, this is one of our teammates that I'm going to show you. And this is the finger pointing. And I want to make sure the music's off because they play Michael Jackson, Beat It.
Yeah, we don't want that.
This woman's gorgeous, by the way. Like, holy shit.
We don't want to get sued by Michael Jackson's estate.
All right, can you see that?
Yeah. Oh, what is that? The finger pointing?
Yeah, here it goes. She keeps it going. She's still going. And then this other, look how mad she gets. She's like, don't fucking point at me. And then she just starts doing that finger flick.
Yeah.
That wrist flick.
Was this a different incident that Caitlyn got injured in?
Yeah. And she doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like the biggest meme on the internet. Oh, she's still going, man. Look, oh yeah.
What team is that? Do you know?
That's the Indiana something. I forget the name of the team. They're Indiana. Like I said, I don't follow basketball, but I know that they're sponsored by Salesforce.
Oh, interesting. Because
it says Salesforce at the bottom. And it's like, oh, Salesforce bought a team. That's cool. And it's a women's team. So
yeah.
That's really cool. There's another video. She does a podcast, and I listened to one today, and I think you might have overheard me listening to it.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be new to you, but now you see the finger point.
Yeah, now I get it. When you
and you'll see memes of her now, and you'll be like, oh yeah, because it was just fucking boss. It was really cool. All right, what do I got left?
Yeah, what's next?
Oh, the last thing, and it's not, I don't know. There's this lady, Jess Machado, who we talked about, and she's the newest Lolcow, and everybody's making fun of her, and Judge Jolene's roasting her every night, and this lady is just so awful. I remember like when they announced she was launching her YouTube channel, I clicked on it, and she just has this really loud, like, voice that she's condescending and rude, and she's like talking mostly about conservative politics, which I don't really like hearing about politics at all. But then she's just like, if you don't like it, this isn't the channel for you. And I'm just like, okay, not the channel for me. Bye.
That's your cue.
Like, I don't want to be talked at and condescended to when I'm watching something on YouTube and I'm trying to be entertained. So you're right. This isn't the channel for me.
Absolutely.
And it's not because I'm a libtard, because I don't think that I am, honestly. I think maybe I was a long time ago, but I've just become really jaded with both sides of the government. So I am very, at this point, anti-establishment. I mean, I'm bordering on becoming an anarchist because I'm so fucking fed up with like corruption and like media. Media is so like, just, it's not even media anymore, right? Like the news you watch.
Yeah.
It's all bought and sold and sponsored and slanted. And I on both sides. So I'm done with it.
Yeah.
People keep getting their news from YouTube, and I don't blame them.
Right. Yeah. YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter, or X, excuse me, not Twitter, X.
what news could you possibly get from Facebook?
Misinformation.
I mean, how do you know? That's the thing. Like,
there's still like Zeteo and like some of those other news outlets post to Facebook. They have reels, they have interviews with people. Like, you can get some news from Facebook, not a lot.
So there's a lady named, she has a YouTube channel. She's called Cyber Chick Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I want to preface this by saying, like, she is very kind. She's like the nicest lady. I've been watching her channel sometimes if I see that she's live. Sorry, the cat's scratching the couch because I'm not in a position
you're
to
not
physically
there to stop her. Yeah.
Right. So she's just like, I'm going to go to town. So Cyber Chick Boston started a channel. Like, a lot of people start channels because she had something traumatic happen in her family that's really unusual. And she wanted a platform to talk about it. And I've seen this happen, like that Mackenzie Shirilla. I don't remember her boyfriend's name, but his sister started a channel. The guy that died in the car accident, his sister started one. I know that, like, Lori Daybell's son has a channel, and her ex-sister-in-law has a channel where they talk about these things. So her niece was in the Twin Flames cult.
Okay.
Do you know about that cult?
Yes.
Okay.
No, all about so that was the cult. People started the cult about Twin Flames. It progressed to a point where
they didn't have enough men, and the Twin Flames were never coming. So they convinced some women that they were men.
Yeah, they kept asserting that people were actually supposed to be paired together as twin flames, but they were just the wrong gender and they needed to become trans, essentially. Yeah.
Right. And, like, I'm all about, people discovering their true selves, but, like, brainwashing through a cult and forcing it on people so that it legitimizes, like, your cult, that seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. That happened to her. So her niece was paired with somebody else, and they convinced the somebody else that they were really a man. And she, like, I think went through, like, surgery or maybe taking male hormones or something like that.
Right.
And it took a long time for her to get out of it. And this Jess Macchiato bitch has been dragging her, like, and everybody online's like calling her out for, I mean, she's been dragging a lot of people, but her especially. She's also been dragging this content creator called The Glarer, who I like, and she's like calling him, like, saying he's been arrested for DUIs and he's a child abuser or, like, whatever. But she's like, I have receipts. She always says she has receipts, right? And then she'll, like, produce a receipt that doesn't prove anything or whatever. She has this receipt, and it is a different guy with the same name, because I think his name's like William Henry or something, like, super generic, especially like down south. So like, so it's just like somebody else who was probably around his age. They were, like, guessing his age, and then they found the mugshot, and it turns out not to be him.
That's a bad look.
Not only is it a bad look, there have been, like, a lot of nasty posts about this guy. So, like, that's just the kind of shit that she does, and she has been doing, and why everybody's dragging this lady, because she's, like, the new QuirkyLoveRosee. She's the new Lolcow of the internet.
Yeah, I think I overheard you listening to this yesterday, and if it's the person I'm thinking I heard you listening to yesterday, this person has a terrible attitude. The things she was saying were absolutely horrifying.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even just the things that she says, it's, like, the way that she says them.
Right.
And, like, she cuts, like, women should build other women up, right?
Yeah.
She is so mean. She's like, she's ugly, she's old, geriatric, like the words that she uses to describe other women. And I don't know if that's, like, a reflection of how she's feeling inside.
Right.
But it's, like, as much as I'm enjoying the petty, because there are so many, like, talented people out there that she's really been hurting, I feel like she has a personality disorder, like borderline personality disorder or something, and she needs help. I think most people think, well, we're just going to drag this lady until she stops.
Right.
But if you have like BPD, you're going to have no self-awareness. There's like no way she's going to stop.
Well, I think all it would take is just like a slight bit of encouragement from anyone to perpetuate it. Like, she's not going to stop as long as there's somebody out there who's egging her on and cheering her on, and especially if she's got a personality disorder.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for the just general drama stuff that I've been looking at. I don't want to say it's all drama. I mean, that, what was it called? An Okapi? How did you say that?
Okapi. I think it's
Okapi.
Yeah.
That thing is not about drama.
No, there's no drama with the Okapi. It's nothing but pure joy.
Okay, so before I transition to the crime stuff that I want to talk about, can you please roll the video of the horse that farts on the dog?
Yes.
Thank you.
That video never gets old. I want to also say I've watched that video a few times now, and I really think the horse is farting on the cameraman. But he doesn't want to say it, you know, like he doesn't want to say he got farted on by a horse. So he's farted on the dog, but the dog's like not really next to the horse when it farts.
All right, let me watch it again.
Yeah, let's watch it again. You'll see what I mean. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but he like farted twice.
Yeah. Well, it was like a double fart.
Right. So no, I think he farted twice, like really fast. So like one was on the cameraman and then the next one was on the dog.
Yeah. Well, he's galloping. You figure when they fart, like it's you know, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I'm no horse doctor, but
I'm glad that you did like a really good analysis on the farting horse.
I did my homework for this stream. I watched a farting horse. Yeah, I watched farting horse video multiple times.
I'm gonna give you like homework like this all the time.
Okay.
All right. So I'm sorry, I'm laughing already because I need to bring up a picture of this guy.
Okay. Is this somebody I know?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing the crime.
Okay. Who could it be?
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hold on.
The suspense. Who could you be talking about? Who is this person that I know? Because I don't know anything.
I'm so dumb at this.
No, you're doing a great job.
While I do this, why don't you just talk to people about what you're good at, which is making AI.
Making AI. Nobody wants to hear me talk about AI.
Also, this is our first show, and like we didn't really tell anybody we were doing this, so like nobody's watching this.
Occasionally, we get a trickle of somebody that comes in. They're like, "What is this?" And then they're like,
No, thank you. I'm fine with it. You know what? It's our date, so
yeah, it's our date. Exactly.
It's been a pretty good date.
So far, we've had a lot of good conversation, I feel like.
The farting horse, that was riveting.
That is a high point of the conversation for sure.
All right. So I just want to show you this guy. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
It says his name down here at the bottom.
I am aware of Carlos Mencia. Carlos Mencia is a Latino comic. makes his name off of talking about being Latino?
Is he Latino?
That's a good question. Are you refuting his heritage, his proclaimed heritage?
Not unofficially, yes. Okay. So he got a little bit of trouble for tax evasion.
Okay.
Right?
Didn't pay his taxes.
12 felony tax-related charges.
So maybe not evasion, but could be like underreporting or like something like that.
No, he's being charged with criminal tax evasion.
Okay. So he didn't pay his taxes.
He didn't pay his taxes in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023.
Wow. They don't play around with that.
In 2024. Okay.
That's a long time.
But hold on. We can talk about that in a minute, but I have to tell you this first.
Okay.
His legal name is Ned Holness.
Is Ned a Hispanic name? Is that a Latino name?
Is Holness?
Holness. I mean, that doesn't sound. I don't know.
Ned Holness sounds like he was born with a comedian name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he changed it to sound more Latino.
He's a grifter, it sounds like.
I don't know. I don't have any problem with somebody changing their name. I mean,
yeah, but their whole
you don't get to pick your name, and you should be able to.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so his name's Ned Holness, but he's pled not guilty.
Really?
Yeah, he pled not guilty, and if the government already knows how much money you owe, why don't they just send you a bill or like refund you automatically?
I know the whole process is stupid. It's like, how much do you think you owe?
Right. And then if you're one of those people in like some sort of special tax group, then you can like do like an amended thing and you can sort that out later.
Yeah.
But if they already know what you owe, like why do we have to spend all this time on our taxes?
It's a trap. It's a trap to try to get people to be charged with tax evasion.
Somebody's getting hungry.
Oh, is it Sarah Marinero?
It's not me, you know. I'd be in a really bad mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Sarah Marinero. So, why do you think it took the IRS like 5 years to notice that he didn't pay his taxes?
Because the IRS operates on an archaic system. Their like technology system they're in the process of updating it as far as I'm aware, but they work on like, it might as well be one of those computers from the 50s that was in like a room and took punch cards, because that's what it sounds like.
Do you have insight into that because of whenever you were doing the veteran stuff?
No, I have insight into it from Reddit. Reddit tax forums.
I'm gonna have to get a water bottle or something to spray her to get her to stop.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she's being really bad. Thank you for the interruption, Sarah Mayer.
Yeah,
at least make an appearance on camera.
Yeah, we did bill this as special appearances by Sarah Marinera. So
well, maybe she'll come in there when she gets tired of me.
I'm surprised she hasn't jumped on the desk yet if she's hungry, because she usually just makes her demands.
What's the difference between failing to pay taxes and criminal tax evasion? Because like I had 1 year where I didn't file state taxes and they just like automatically took it.
I think it has to do with amounts, probably. I don't actually know. I'm not a tax lawyer. I would also guess that it has to do with like the way you don't pay taxes. Like I think criminal tax evasion is if you use like false information to try to circumvent having to pay taxes. So if you like underreport your income intentionally and say like, oh, I didn't, and try to hide money and stuff like that from the IRS, that I think might be criminal tax evasion. Not paying your taxes is just not paying your taxes, but I could be wrong. It could be the same thing.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't really know much about it. I just know I didn't pay my state taxes 1 year, and then we got married and filed jointly, and they took the taxes that I owe. but also to be fair, I wasn't deliberately not paying my taxes, but it was like during the pandemic and I wasn't working and I was getting like that government money that they gave everybody during the pandemic, that like unemployment stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I just assumed that since it was coming from the state, that the state was taxing it.
Right.
But
yeah. No. Taxes are weird. What you were saying earlier about that whole us filing, like figuring it out for ourselves, but then they have a number that they get all the information. They get all of your W-2s. They get like your job has to send them to them. That's how they would know if you pay taxes on all your income or not. The whole thing's dumb. We shouldn't pay taxes.
So I'm going to have you read an article, and you can bring it up on the screen. I want you to read it since this is new to you. But would it be easier if I just sent you the link?
Do both.
Or if I shared it on the screen?
Share it on the screen and send me the link.
Well, if you're reading it from the link, how are you going to...
I could still present it on the screen before I start reading it on the link.
I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to send it to you in Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Oh, the neighbor just said thanks for taking care of her plants.
Oh. Nice.
So I guess they're back from their vacation.
Yeah, I missed like 2 days because I thought they were already back.
So this article I just sent you, do you see it?
Phil Mickelson. Do you want me to start reading it?
Yeah, share it up on the screen and read it.
All right, I'll share it. Hold on. Okay, let's bring it up. Okay. Phil Mickelson's long history of misconduct. Let's get rid of this window. Interviews with 19 sources reveal 2 incidents of lewd language and unwanted advances, and the behavior that led to his departure from 2 additional golf clubs. So Phil Mickelson's been a bad boy. Phil Mickelson and Pat Perez have known each other since they were kids. The San Diego natives were never close friends, but shared a mutual respect and long history. So it did not seem unusual that Mickelson made an effort to get to know Perez's wife, Ashley, after they married in 2014, when she was 27 and Pat was 38. All right, I'm going to stop here and say being friendly to someone's wife that's your friend is not unusual. Quote unquote, getting to know their wife is probably a little unusual, in my opinion, but that's just my perspective.
Well, okay, so we're friends with Brandon, right? We're both really good friends with Brandon, and he's coming to stay at our house. And like I would be really friendly with him. I would like go out and do something with him without you, especially whenever he's going to be here because you'll be working during the day. But like, you wouldn't be worried because Brandon would never act inappropriately. Ever.
Well, we hope not.
He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. We hope not. You're a dick. Shut up. Anyway, the wife, she's drop dead gorgeous, and her picture is going to be on here. And I can understand like somebody finding her attractive, but like, I don't know. This guy just doesn't know how to control himself. Like, keep reading because this is gross. And this is just an example. So it's not like this is the accusation against him. This is an example of his bad behavior, not the totality of it.
The interactions began innocently enough, with Phil texting Ashley under the guise of friendship. Mind you, he's 11 years older than her too, which is also kind of weird. As she told me in a recent interview, I was so young and innocent. I'm just this girl from Oklahoma. And it's like, I can't believe Phil Mickelson wants to be my buddy. And he's sending me good morning texts. Looking back now, it definitely feels like I was being groomed. Okay.
I would have been like, this guy's being creepy. Like,
yeah, no way.
Do you remember when we started dating and I went on a date with another guy like the day before you and I met?
Yes.
And he was a pilot.
Yes.
And I told him I wasn't interested because that date with this guy was one of the worst dates I ever went on in my life.
Right.
all he did was talk about how amazing and hot his ex that he just broke up with. And I'd been divorced at that point, and I was like, dude's just not ready.
That's a good thing to talk about on a first date with somebody.
But I also wasn't interested. And I was like, he's not ready to date people because he's still clearly hung up on this woman. And then he wouldn't leave me alone. I wouldn't respond to him. And this went on, I don't know if you remember, for like 6 to 8 months. He's messaging me, texting me all the time. Good morning. How are you? I'm thinking about you. And I'm just like, dude, clearly on the date, it was obvious he was not interested. And he was very much still interested in his ex. And he's doing this. Like, I mean, it's weird. So if somebody's sending you a good morning text, like,
if a man that's 11 years older than you and you're married is sending you a good morning text, that is not appropriate, in my opinion.
It's weird. It's not like they're like coworkers or something. Like,
now, I will say,
it's not like it's his work wife, you know?
Well, even that can be kind of weird. But I will say, like, say that when he was single and she was single, they were friends, and then she gets married and he continues to be her friend, that's less weird. But if it's his male friend's wife and he's like, oh, I'm just going to start texting my friend's wife in the morning. No, that's not. As a man, I can tell you there are some nefarious intentions behind that.
I don't even know if I don't even know if this gets into it. I don't think she was telling her husband, he's texting me good morning in the morning, because the husband would have probably known, like, this dude's not being okay. She just didn't think anything up.
Well, and I could see a woman who's maybe more innocent or hasn't dealt with.
Scroll down a little bit so you can see her.
Is that her right there?
That's her.
Oh, wow.
Right. She's freaking gorgeous.
Ashley Perez.
Really pretty, but she's going to get into what he did, and it's freaking gross. I mean, it's akin to what one of our mutual friends did to me in New Orleans.
All right, so the 2015 Barclays tournament was played at Plainfield Country Club in Edison, New Jersey. Mickelson stayed nearby in a villa at Liberty National Golf Course where he was a member. The Perez's were at a sushi restaurant when Mickelson called Ashley, not Pat, to say that he had arranged for them to move to his expansive villa. The Perez's gathered their belongings and headed to Liberty National. That night, Pat and Ashley stayed up drinking red wine with Phil on the patio of his villa, enjoying the view of the Statue of Liberty and the twinkling lights of Manhattan. When Pat excused himself to use the restroom, Ashley says Mickelson took out his phone and showed her a full-body picture of himself naked with an erection while flexing one bicep. That's a good move. That works every time.
And the husband was in the other room. That's why I'm saying it was like whenever that dude made a pass at me when he was staying at our Airbnb with us when you were like passed out drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's typical guy behavior. But that guy made a pass, but he didn't show you a picture of him flexing one bicep with an erection. Because
no, but he also was touching me inappropriately.
Had he done that, you definitely would have slept with him, because that move works every single time.
I know, like, on what planet has like a guy ever like whipped it out and the lady was like, I'm going for it. I have to go for it.
I've never tried that. I do know people who have tried things like that, and I think the idea is that like it only has to work out like a couple times for it to be worth it, but that's just not my style. So anyway, Phil says to me, I'm going to leave my bedroom door open tonight. When Pat falls asleep, I want you to come see me. All right, that's really gross. And that's Ashley. She's the very nice lady who had to see Phil Mickelson's erection in person. She demurred and did not say anything to her husband when he returned from the restroom. We were staying next door to Phil, she says, and Pat still had to play in the tournament. I didn't want it to get messy. She told Pat about the photo at the conclusion of the tournament. He did not confront Mickelson directly, but over time, Pat told so many folks about what had allegedly happened, and they in turn told so many other people that Mickelson's genitals became an urban legend on tour. Mickelson ultimately apologized to Pat during a corporate outing at the Madison Club in La Quinta, California. And then the ugliness spilled into public view in November 2022 when Pat went on Claude Harmon's podcast and said, I have a different hate for Phil than most people, and people won't know the story. I'm not going to go into the story again, but Phil crossed the line with me, and that is just uncrossable and unforgivable. He knows that he screwed up. He apologized for the action, but I cannot forgive him for it. When those comments went viral, Mickelson called Pat to apologize once more. Ashley still has a recording of the call and allowed me to listen to it.
You don't have to keep reading. The rest of this is going to read about like other instances. He's been kicked out of like multiple country clubs. Some people are like comparing him to Tiger Woods, which I don't think is fair. Like, sure, Tiger Woods was like a bad husband, a bad boyfriend or whatever. But not that I know of, he wasn't known as like just like a pervert.
No. I think he cheated, but that's like consensual, right? Like it's more like there was a quarterback who got in trouble for getting massages and then like whipping it out during the massage and like trying to get the women to like give him a happy ending.
Ew.
Yeah, like that's more in line with what sounds like Phil Mickelson's been doing.
Ew. All right, so that's Phil Mickelson. I'm going to talk to you about Blaise Taylor.
Okay.
So I'm not watching this trial because it's really boring. I tried. This isn't a good one. I do like watching trials during the day, but not so much. But this guy, Blaise Taylor, was like a scout. And I think he was living in Utah, but he was from somewhere down south. And he was dating this lady who was an aspiring like private chef or something. She owned like a catering company. I don't want to say she was aspiring. She was a chef, but she's trying to build her business and she was really motivated. She seemed all right, but apparently she found out she was pregnant. They hadn't been dating that long. She wanted to keep the baby. He didn't want her to keep the baby.
Yeah.
That's
how it goes.
But they did it back and forth, and she decided to keep the baby. And she's like, whatever, you can come around, whatever. I mean, I'm sure she'd be suing him for child support, but it is what it is. I guess he was hanging out with her. And this is, I think, toward the beginning of her pregnancy, but beyond the point of when you can terminate one.
Right.
And she was drinking alcohol. I don't understand why she was drinking alcohol. I don't want to judge her because when I was pregnant with, I don't want to say our child's name, but because I don't think she'd like that. Hold on, I gotta.
Sam.
Yeah, why don't you get her to spend time with you?
All right, hold on.
There's nothing for her to claw where you are. Oh, she's coming. Some treats. Anyway, I would have a glass of tannin-free wine when I was pregnant, just one, like when I was having dinner or something. You know, I never like got drunk off of it, but they're making this lady sound like she was like doing drugs and drinking, but then they're also making her sound like she had all of her shit together and, you know, she was running this like catering company or something. So who knows what the truth is.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is she drinking? Anyway, somebody put liquid cocaine in this drink.
Oh.
So she starts drinking it and she's like, there's something wrong with this. It tastes funny. She starts getting messed up on the cocaine and calls her best friend and says, while he's with her, that he poisoned her with something.
Ooh.
And then all of this is going on. And she thinks she's going to die and he poisoned her, but nobody's calling 911. You know, he's not calling 911. The friend on the phone isn't like yelling at somebody like, call 911. My friend needs help. Like while she's sitting on the phone, nothing. And then finally somebody's like, you should call 911. This guy stayed with her. I think they were asking questions like, is she breathing on the 911 call? But like he stayed with her. It's not like he tried to flee.
Right.
He was fine being questioned by the police. I like to think if you tried to kill someone, like you would run as far away from them as you could.
Yeah, you don't want to create some distance between you and the person because
Right.
you don't want there to be evidence.
Or maybe you'd be like really smart and be like, if I try to distance myself, I will be for sure a suspect.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, who knows how? It doesn't sound very well thought out. Like, who kills somebody with liquid cocaine? That cocaine is not cheap.
No, that is an expensive way to poison somebody. I'm sure there are cheaper poisons than cocaine.
I don't know what the cocaine prices are these days, but like, I remember when I would buy it, I wasn't like a cocaine user all the time, but I used it a few times in my life when I was, God, over 20 years ago, and it was expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
No. Yeah, so that's why I'm not watching it. Like, I don't know what to make of it, but I don't really feel like they have enough evidence to convict this guy.
Wait,
really
so
don't.
the guy has pled not guilty?
Yeah, and it's a total circumstantial case. It's just like their star witness is the friend that was on the phone with her that she said he poisoned me.
Oh, weird.
So like that's not even recorded. Like, how do you prove that? I don't know. I haven't been watching it, so I probably missed some details, but that's one of the more interesting things going on.
That is interesting.
Oh, do you remember we talked about George Pino?
Vaguely.
He's the real estate developer guy that owns a boat, and he had like his wife, his daughter, and like a bunch of his daughter's friends all like took a boat out, and it's disputed who was drinking on the boat, but definitely the underage kids were, and dad wrecked the boat. And so one girl died.
Ooh, not his kid?
No, his kid was fine. One girl died, and another girl was so injured that she's going to have permanent disabilities.
Ooh.
Sorry, I tried to throw something nearish the cat so she would stop crying. And it didn't work. Oh, well. There are also like 40 empty alcohol cans on the boat. But yeah, there's another girl, and she didn't testify in the trial. And I was like, why didn't the girl that got hurt testify? She's hurt that bad.
Oh, really? Like she can't testify.
It's like lifelong. I think she might permanently be in a wheelchair. Like, it's bad. But they won a civil lawsuit. It was, let me see what the payout was. $16 million.
Whoa.
She was in a coma for 3 months.
I'm not disputing the payout. I am curious though, how do regular people make those payouts? Do they have to like pay it over time? Like, are they just constantly giving money to these people, or like they're never going to have $60 million potentially?
You know, I don't know the answer to that, and I hope I never do.
No.
Yeah. But so he says he wasn't drunk, and this is why they found him not guilty. It was just an accident. But he refused to take a breathalyzer test on the scene, which I tell everybody, don't take a breathalyzer test because those things are wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if you hack up some phlegm into one, like, it might suddenly go beep, 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 beep. They're not accurate. Always say, take me to the hospital for a blood test. But when they did take him to the hospital for a blood test, his BAC was like nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that was like 4 or 5 hours later.
Oh, wow.
He says he had 2 beers all day. Some people can confirm they saw him with a drink when they were at like the sandbar. And I don't know if that's an actual sandbar, like in the ocean, or if it's like a bar called the sandbar. But, you know, nobody can say, yeah, I saw him pound like 50 drinks. He says a lot of the cans that were on the boat were from like other people just throwing their empties and stuff.
But they were kids.
Right. That's something I couldn't figure out either. Like, why wasn't he charged with supplying alcohol to minors?
Yeah,
maybe he was, and I just didn't read that. But that was like a big question mark that I had.
It should be at least contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
I don't know. Do you remember something like that happened in Charleston. Although the lady was drunk, she killed that bride on her wedding day.
Yes.
Do you remember the details of that? You probably do better than me.
Yeah, so this couple got married on Folly Beach. They were going to their reception, I think, and they had taken a golf cart from the actual wedding to wherever they were going, and the groom and the bride were riding in the back of the golf cart, like facing backwards, and somebody just ran into the back of them, going like it's like 60 or 70. It was like a crazy speed because I think the speed limit on that road is like 20. So I don't even know how driving on Folly Beach you would drive 70 miles an hour, because to get to that speed, there's not enough room to get to that speed. But yeah, so she killed them. Well, killed the woman. The husband survived, which is terrible because now he has to live the rest of his life with his wife being murdered. But the big controversy with that case was the restaurants and
that overserved her.
Well, they're all claiming they didn't, and I think a lot of them got off. There may have been one that got in trouble, but the one Taco Boy, which is on Folly, they claimed that like they didn't serve her. That, like,
they have a good shrimp taco.
There. They do. And I think she worked there was what it was, and she like left to go to other places. They were trying to say she was drinking a Taco Boy, but whatever.
Didn't you used to work there? Not there, Taco Boy, but like near there.
I worked at Royal American, which is near there.
No, it was like some pirate.
Oh, Bounty Bar, yeah.
I know. We haven't been there like in the Charleston area for a long time, so like that memories are fuzzy. But
I did work somewhere near there. And technically, the person who owns Taco Boy is a partner with Royal American and the Bounty Bar, so it's kind of the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Becky Hill?
Wait, before we talk about Becky Hill, so George Pino got acquitted?
Mm-hmm.
How?
It was an accident. They said it's just a terrible accident.
So if I bring a bunch of kids on a boat and I get drunk and I crash the boat and they die.
You can't prove he got drunk. You can't say he got drunk. There's no evidence that he was drunk.
Because he didn't take the breathalyzer.
Well, he didn't take the breathalyzer, and then they didn't get him a blood test for like 4 or 5 hours.
And they gave him a blood test. Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe he's telling the truth. I mean, there's no way of knowing it.
Maybe he is, but it just seems a little sus. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and honestly, now that you asked me this earlier about the insurance, don't you have to have boat insurance?
I have no idea. I assume you
Wouldn't the boat insurance have to pay this money?
Yeah, I would think so. I find it hard to believe you don't need boat insurance. I'm pretty sure, because they sell boat insurance, so it's got to be a requirement. Nobody would buy it if it wasn't a requirement.
Look, this guy had money. Like he had I own a nice ass boat money. Yeah. Like he was a very successful real estate developer.
Yeah.
So
maybe he will accumulate $60 million, and I don't know.
I don't think he has that much money.
Not on him, but I mean, I even think like if a regular person was found guilty of something like that, and their restitution was $60 million, if they don't make enough money to ever get cumulatively to $60 million in the rest of their life, like what happens then? You know?
I don't know. I don't have $16 million.
Yeah, I mean, I probably never will have $60 million. So yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know either. You want to talk about Becky Hill?
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff near where
South
you're
Carolina.
from originally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Becky Hill. So do you know about Alec Murdaugh suing her?
No.
So he sued her for basically what he spent on his first trial. Because, I mean, he's getting a new trial, but that's the amount he wants. Because it's like, you know what she did, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I won't get into that. But anyway, her attorney filed the most. I'm not going to read court motions because I'm not an attorney, and there are people that read these that are really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, Melanie Little, she won't read. I don't think she's following this case. She reads them all the time. I watch her. She's great. Runkle reads everything. He's the best. And I always watch him on Monday nights because he'll go through the court documents and explain them to me. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
But she's basically saying like she didn't do anything wrong and she doesn't owe him any money for this, and it's ridiculous. When I think like Alec Murdaugh is right. Like she should have to pay for that. Yeah. He has to have a new trial, and like how's he going to pay for his attorney?
Right.
You know, and he probably would have been convicted because it seems like he did.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't popular at that point in time. Like when he was charged, he was also owed everybody around town money, and it looked the public sentiment was definitely in favor of him being guilty. But now it's a whole fresh thing, right? Like it looks like it's been the trial was tampered with, and he's, you know, he's a little more likable now, I feel like, than he was in his first trial. So
he's not more likable. Nobody thinks the guy's innocent. Everybody's just like, WTF, Becky Hill.
But they don't think he's innocent. But there's a lot of people, especially in South Carolina, that hate the idea of a tampered trial and like somebody not getting their fair shot. And I think now that people are looking at him through that lens, he's got more sympathy than he did the first time around.
A lot of people are saying that they're gonna try to put the death penalty on the table somehow this time, and like that hardly seems fair. Like you worked out like some sort of agreement the first time. Like, why is he going to be punished for someone else's bad behavior? That's completely fucked up too.
That doesn't seem fair. And I also don't think it's fair when they do this thing where they charge people with like every possible charge they could think of and hope that one of them sticks. That shouldn't be allowed either.
Or like, she didn't get in trouble for this. For what she did. No, jury tampering. She didn't get in trouble for it at all. But Turtleboy is facing like how long in prison? Like longer than he'll be alive.
It's like 40 something years or something, right?
I think he's the same age as you. So I think he's a year younger than me. I think he's 45.
I'm saying he's facing 40 something years, isn't he?
I thought it was like 80 or 90 years.
It might be, you know, more than
if you add them together. Now, I'm sure if he is convicted, which he shouldn't be, he won't get that. But like, they're accusing him of something that seems bogus, which we're going to get into next. I can get into it right now.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay. I'll just end a Turtleboy then. I mean, because Becky Hill, I just wanted that to be a little note.
Yeah, I mean, moral of the story is Becky Hill did Alex Murdaugh a huge favor by trying to tamper with a trial that was probably going to be decided the way she wanted it to be decided anyway. So like, why did she even do that? She's an idiot.
Do you know who Brian Entin is?
Yes.
Okay, who is he?
He's a reporter.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a very stylish, good-looking reporter.
He does. He has really nice hair. So he has a bachelor's degree in English.
Right.
And there's a reason for me telling you later what his education level is. I'm going to show you several videos.
Okay.
And it'll probably be annoying how long it takes me to bring them up, but can you see that?
Yes.
Chris, where's your son?
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you have for dinner on September 1st?
Why aren't you talking? Why aren't you out looking for your son?
Where do you think he is?
Do you think Brian's in danger?
Sir, looking for your son.
So that was from Fox News. That didn't have Brian Entin.
Yeah.
But you could actually hear him like also yelling in that video. You could hear Brian Entin also asking questions, but
who are they yelling at?
Those are Brian Laundrie's parents. That was the boyfriend of Gabby Petito.
Yeah, I remember Brian Laundrie, Gabby Petito.
Okay. So can you hear that?
Do you guys guilty about Gabby? Is there a reason the FBI thinks you're not telling the truth? Do you know where Brian's passport is? Do you have anything to say about Gabby?
Why do they have so many laundry
You
baskets?
guys know more than you're,
That's not where you're supposed to wash
than you're
clothes.
saying.
Was that like people trolling
They're
them?
dropped off the sign.
I
They
don't know,
want you to
maybe.
know that they're concerned that you guys know more than you're saying.
Yeah, that's people trolling them, I think, because their name's Laundry.
Okay, but did you hear how like these reporters are interacting with these people,
Yes.
asking these questions? They want to know where Gabby is. Asking the question, where's your son? Where's Gabby?
Yeah.
Brian Entin was camped out on that lawn, yelling at them any chance he could for months. I've got a couple more videos to show you.
Okay.
Okay. So this is actually a News Nation video that I'm going to share.
Okay.
I hope that they allow that, but these are protesters. There's Brian in his good hair.
There are boots on the ground for sure. He's live with the very latest. Brian, has there been any advances in the search for Brian Laundrie? It seems kind of noisy where you are too. What's going on?
Yeah, it is noisy, Adrian. First of all, no signs of Brian Laundrie, but let me show you. We're right outside the house, and this is what happens bright and early out here. You have people who come out with megaphones. They get on the megaphones, they point them at the Laundrie house, and they shout at the parents that they want justice for Gabby, and they want the parents to start cooperating with the FBI and law enforcement. They'll do this
Is that
every single
JLR?
hour this morning.
I think it is.
Minutes from here at the Carlton Reserve. That is a 24,000-acre wildlife reserve where they searched all weekend long. The issue is it has been raining here a lot, and it is flooded right now, so they're having a hard time getting in on the trails.
All right. So you get that's Gabby Petito.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know who Nate Eaton is?
No.
So he is from Idaho, and he's a reporter. And I'm going to show you a video. Sorry, I didn't have it clickable, so I have to bring it up.
Okay.
By copying and pasting. Yeah, so he's a reporter with the East Idaho News. I want to add that he also has a bachelor's degree. Brian Entin's, I said his bachelor degree was in English.
Yeah.
Nate Eaton's is in communications. So
Okay. Similar.
Sure. Anyway, let me share. I think that was JLR with the megaphone.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter who it is.
No.
No, that's what protesters do. All right.
I'm Nate Eaton with EastIdahoNews.com in Kauai, where Chad and Lori Daybell were served with 2 search warrants just hours ago. Law enforcement officers from eastern Idaho, along with federal agents and the Kauai Police Department, pulled Lori and Chad over. They were driving a black SUV. They pulled into this resort where I am standing. They put Chad into one vehicle, Lori into another. That's when their vehicle was seized, and they had no way to get home. We had a chance to ask them so many questions that need answers. Lori, Nate Eaton with East Idaho News. Can you tell me where your kids are? Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say? You're over here in Hawaii?
So I just want to say this happened and she wasn't accused of anything yet, right?
Okay.
People were just starting to talk, especially her ex-sister-in-law, where are these kids? But she wasn't technically in trouble for anything yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are your children? Yeah, why don't you just give us a comment? Just tell us where they are. Chad, where are Lori's kids? What happened to Tammy, Chad?
They're busy.
Can you tell us what happened to Tammy?
They're busy.
Why have you guys been in Hawaii for so long? Listen, just tell people what's happening. There's people around the country praying for your children, praying for you guys. Why don't you give us answers?
They're in heaven being busy.
That's great. That's great that they're praying for you, praying for your kids. What? You have nothing to say? Did you do something to your children? Are your children still alive? That's a simple question. I've got 3 kids of my own. I can tell you every minute where my kids are at. Where are your children?
Maybe not
every minute. What are you guys trying to do now? Are you you have 5 days to get your children in front of a judge in Rexburg? Then what?
We know where ours is, in her room.
Are you guys innocent of any crimes? Have you committed any crimes? Chad, you guys have a lot to say on your podcast. You don't have anything to say now?
Ooh.
Lori?
It's good questioning.
Do you believe that you were instructed by God or others to do something for your children? If you could give a message to them, what would you say?
Nothing.
Listen, if you just talk to us, we'll leave you alone.
Family's worried. Tammy's family's very worried.
Tammy's family's very worried. Lori, your mother, Kay, came out. Kay and Larry, they're offering a $20,000 reward for your children. And you're over here on the beach?
Having a good time.
This is your chance to tell your story. Nothing you want to say?
She doesn't.
One last chance right here.
Her chili chicken.
Anything you want to say to the people in Idaho?
Right. So you get the gist of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Lori Daybell's a scumbag.
Yeah, she's a scumbag. That's not the point.
No, I get it.
But I haven't made the point yet.
No.
So Aiden Carney, you know who he is, Turtleboy, right?
Yes.
So I'm assuming that he has a master's degree. So he has more education than these 2 gentlemen, Brian Entin and Nate Eaton. And I'm only assuming he has a master's degree because he was a teacher. I think it's in history.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I actually emailed him for a confirmation before I talked about this. I didn't hear back from him. I didn't really expect to, but I couldn't find him on LinkedIn and Wikipedia. It's not a verifiable source.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that's what I think, but it might not be true. I don't want to have my information wrong, but you have to have a master's degree to be a teacher in most states. I know some states like Mississippi, you don't. You just have to have a bachelor's degree, but any state up north has you have to have that level of education.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a video of Turtleboy confronting who, I don't know if he's not sure if that's who he thinks is responsible for the death of Officer John O'Keefe, but he knows and he believes that she's involved.
Yeah.
So watch this because it's crazy how he's a little bit more of a dick, right? With the way that he's talking to them, like his tone, but the questions he's asking are not different at all. There's no distinction. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Also in a public place.
It was a great place to have it, but it was just not very safe.
Where is he?
It's a sporting event.
Oh, okay. It sounds like a bunch of little kids there.
Yeah, I'm going to pause it. So my guess is he wanted to confront her elsewhere and couldn't.
Right.
So he just decided to confront her here because her daughter was playing a lacrosse game.
Oh, okay. So it's a lacrosse game.
Right. So he knew that she would be there, and this is where he could ask the questions. And it's also a public place. So
yeah,
he can do that.
We're always.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's so long.
It's fine.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, pal? Good. How are you doing? How you doing? Hey, Jen, how you doing? Fancy seeing you here. How are you?
All right.
So how did court go the other day?
Great.
Sorry, do you have a child on the team?
Do you?
I do, so I'm trying to watch.
No, I'm at a public event, so I can do whatever I want. So anyway, so Jen, I have a question. Did you think that you could outsmart Karen Reed? Did you? Do you think that's funny? Do you think that's funny? How long to die in cold? What is this gentleman doing? Look at that, the rage face. Hey, Jen, are you worried about what's going to happen to your family when you go to jail?
Like, did you see, like, in the video of Nate Eaton, like, confronting Lori Daybell? Like, they just walked. They kept their heads down. They didn't engage with him.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with this, like, macho-y shit that I keep seeing with these people where they're like, who are you talking to? And then they touch people. Like, you're not allowed to touch people.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, they didn't get the memo. Don't touch people.
it's in
Don't touch me.
Why are you shaking,
Touch
dude?
me again.
Why are you
Touch me
shaking?
again.
Touch me
Touch
again.
me
You
again.
Jen, are you
can't
worried about what's
idiot.
going to happen when your kids go to jail?
Touch me again.
When you go to jail, I apologize.
Touch
To
me
your
again.
children. Are you worried at all about that?
Huh?
Huh?
Touch
Oh,
me.
what's going on here?
Oh, you're so fast.
Oh, what are we doing here?
I'm sure you were.
Jen, did you think that you
Who's
could outsmart
intimidating
Karen Reed?
who?
Yes or no?
What? What's up with people insult? Oh, you're so short. Like, really?
Well, okay. So this
Oh,
is
you're so sorry.
this video is supposed to be is supposed to represent the witness intimidation that he did.
I'm not even fucking kidding. Yes.
But that guy is actively intimidating him.
Right.
So how can you intimidate somebody that doesn't make any sense?
Right.
It's like I show up to a bar and I go to talk to somebody and somebody comes up, runs up on me and pushes me, and then I get in trouble for pushing.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And you know, if they were in high school, they would both get suspended.
Yeah.
So
Suspend them both.
I'm not saying suspend them both, but I mean, this is ridiculous.
Did you? Why did you Google how long to die in cold, Jen? Why did you Google how long to die in cold, Jen? Why did you Google how long to die in cold, Jen?
I mean, isn't this like Nate Eaton asking questions?
Nate Eaton was a little more polite, but
that's why I preface this by saying like his Turtleboy's tone is more antagonistic, yes, but fundamentally what he's saying is no different. He's just asking basic reporter questions. You know, you don't have to like everybody.
yeah, and I definitely don't think this is a situation where they're like where Turtleboy is being anything more than annoying. I don't think there's any sort of like threat or intimidation, like you better change your story or else I'm going to murder your family or something like that. Like that would be obvious witness intimidation.
But hold on, you're saying he's being annoying because it's annoying for people to ask questions to you. So would you say Nate Eaton was being annoying?
I would say to Lori Daybell and Chad, yeah,
Okay.
they probably found him annoying.
Right. Sure. So you didn't use that description when you described Nate Eaton, and you just said that about Turtleboy. So I just wanted to see if there was a reason like why you felt that he was annoying, if it was just like his tone or if it was what he's asking, because they're the same kinds of questions.
The way he asked it is a little more like, I know you're guilty and I'm calling you out. Like, how's it gonna feel? How's it gonna feel when you get arrested?
But
did you think you could, you know?
Voice inflection isn't a crime. I mean, somebody could say that I sound way cuntier than you when I'm talking. So
I don't think what he's doing is a crime. only thing I can say about it is it's more aggressive than Nate Eaton was.
Well,
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that it's more aggressive.
It's hard. It's also hard when you're a little bit winded because there's some guy shoving you and like waving his arm in front of you and stuff. So like,
I agree.
You know, there's more of a physical activity going on with him trying to question this woman and this, like, I don't know who this guy is. I think that's her husband. Like,
yeah,
probably. You know, anyway.
No, there's a lot more macho tough guy stuff going on. And I think that ratchets up the level of like intensity with the questioning, but I don't think what he's doing is illegal.
All right, so the next video I want to show you is the Turtleboy rolling rally.
Okay.
And it was just a protest where they would roll up to the different homes of people that, you know, he believed were involved in this murder. And doing kind of like what I think it was JLR in that one video that I showed you in the beginning in front of Brian Laundrie's parents' house. Where they're just using megaphones and protesting.
I will say this. That first video, that person was on par with what Turtleboy was doing. Like there was no difference between what the person in the first video was doing and what Turtleboy was doing.
Right, because the questions fundamentally were like kind of the same spirit, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, Lori, where are your kids?
Well, I bet the JLR video, the person you thought was JLR that was shouting to Brian Laundrie's parents and the megaphone, that is just as intense as what's going on with Turtleboy.
In this video.
Yeah.
The one I'm about to show you.
Okay.
So anyway, this is the ruling rally. This is something else he's being charged with.
Okay.
Because he has a lot of charges.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's go. Plug this in. Washington Street, 909 Washington, right? 909 Washington. 909 Washington Street. All right, here we go. We're off. All right, so welcome, Turtle Riders. We are in the Shaw's Norwood parking lot. We got
all right
where we're at now. So they sold their home and then they moved to this. I guess it's a home. It's like I think it's like a 4-bedroom house, but they don't own it. I assume they're renting it. And but they live there, and we're going there to peacefully protest. So.
And they sold it at a loss, isn't that right?
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, this is going to be fucking tricky. This is going to be tricky. I guess I can park right in front, but I don't know where fuck everyone else is going to park. This guy's got to move up here. Come on, New Hampshire. You got to move up. You're taking up 2 spots. Push up. Yeah, you got to push up. Don't wave. You got to push up. You're taking up 2 parking spots. There we go. There we go. So you can just push up. You don't have to leave. Huh? Okay, he's leaving. Like you can just take
shirt on too.
Yeah, no, it's a turtle ride.
Oh,
it's
it
like
is, okay.
you can take the whole fucking spot. You don't have to take 2 spots. Okay. All right. So at the selfie stick. Fancy schmancy now.
The selfie stick.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So we're going to go over here. All right. I don't know where people are going to park. You got the itinerary. Oh, there's a parking lot over there? Okay. So if you're following us, there's a big parking lot over there. Yep.
I wonder how many cars are there.
Yeah, I wonder.
Is this thing on? Yeah.
Oh, it is.
All right, we'll wait for people to catch up here. Thank you guys all for coming here today. We got some Google. We got some free camera. Things began to get not so comfortable for Brian Albert in October when he was officially listed in court documents as a likely suspect in an affidavit written by, I believe it was Alan Jackson, Karen's new attorney. After that, he decided it was time to get the hell out of Canton. They did their floor for the second time in 4 years. They got rid of their floor, probably because it was covered in John's DNA and blood. And then they got rid of their family dog. We still don't know where Chloe is today, if she's dead, is she alive. All we know is that
So you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
He was just like going to all these people's houses, and I think that they would do it for like 2 minutes, and then they go to the next location.
Right.
And there are a lot of cars, a lot of people doing it. He's the only one that's charged in that.
But that's one of the things he's being charged for?
Uh-huh.
It's not illegal. He's in public.
Uh-huh.
He's just talking in public with a group of people, consenting adults.
Right. So the other one, and I couldn't find a good video of this. Mind you, I didn't like research finding one for very long, but I found somebody made an edit. Joe Flipperhead. So there's music, so I'm gonna mute it.
Yeah, mute it.
Yeah, I don't want any music. And then I'll share that with you. So the guy in the upper right, he owns a pizza shop.
Okay.
And his son is that guy, Colin Albert.
Yeah.
That you've heard about. So I'm not going to get into who he is. But I guess his dad owns a pizza shop, and the pizza shop is closed right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the window of the pizza shop doing this.
Nice.
But it's not open.
Yeah.
So it's Turtleboy and the Glarer. And they're throwing up funny, I think he was just doing funny gang signs because that's something that the douchebag son did in a video.
Okay.
And I think they do T-Rex arms at one point, where one puts their arms behind their back and the other one, you get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's what the charges are based on.
That's crazy.
It's crazy when you compare, and there is such a thing as something called ambush journalism. We've all seen it. We see it usually it's when somebody's walking into a courthouse and you have all of these reporters like swarming somebody.
Yeah.
And they ask questions. Like that's literally all he did, but they're saying since we're a witness in the Karen Reed trial that he's not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I don't agree with those charges. I feel like he suspects them of doing something illegal, and he's trying to call them out and trying to get to the bottom of it and trying to like drum up, some sort. It was the same thing with Lori Daybell and Chad. Like at that point in that issue, they weren't formally they weren't being charged yet with murder, right?
Right. I mean, I think like Idaho said, like you have X amount of time to produce these children.
Yeah. You have 5 days to produce your children, or else we're going to start looking into this as though it's like a malicious act.
Right.
But it's the same thing with Jen McCabe and whoever those other people were. Is Turtleboy suspected them of doing something. He went to them and asked pointed questions to try to get a reaction out of them, because that would be a way to tell like if they were guilty or not.
Not because he thought that was a way. He thought that they were murder suspects, and he's a journalist.
Yeah.
Doing what journalists do.
Sure.
Which is a form of it called ambush journalism. And it's done all the time. It's not like a new thing that he invented.
But do you think part of the reason why Turtleboy is getting charged and those people didn't is because Turtleboy is not affiliated with like a network of some kind? Like not like a Like, because he's not on NBC or
I'm glad you
ABC.
said that, because I kind of did want to go there. And that's one reason that I brought up his education and background compared to these other reporters.
Right.
Because, like, what does it take to be a legitimate reporter?
Yeah.
Harvey Levin, you know who he is?
Yeah.
TMZ guy.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Right.
I think his background's in law, and he started a media company.
Right.
Okay. Why can't Turtleboy do that?
Yeah.
Why is he not allowed?
Yeah.
And why is he not allowed to do it from like small scale and build up to something? Like, why isn't that considered legitimate? I don't understand. I do understand a lot of people don't like him. I mean, like I said, he's kind of a dick sometimes. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure he rubs people the wrong way. I know that there's some YouTuber out there that was just talking all this shit because I guess she like there was a trans couple and she said he made them homeless or something ridiculous like that. I don't know. I mean, I think that's just sometimes really like people that are really, really liberal to their core that can't see people as people will have a problem with somebody. But
yeah,
like, you know, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it, and I'm surprised that it's gone this far. Like, I would have thought they would have looked at that evidence and said, like, no, this is just somebody questioning somebody else under the guise of journalism.
Evidence anymore, right? So a lot of the stuff I've noticed is like after the fact. All of their arguments are like, we want to charge him with this, and we'll figure out the evidence later. So it's like being piled on. It's like, well, it's also intent, right? So now they're trying to say that he didn't think these people were guilty of anything. He wanted to. It was a conspiracy with him and Karen Reed to taint the jury pool.
That's such a weak argument. Like,
It's
there's
such a
no way
weak
to prove
argument,
that.
but that's their argument. And the state of Massachusetts is so corrupt, like from the bottom up. And when I say up, I mean judges. The entire judicial system has like decades of corruption that I don't trust a judge to make the right decision. I mean, you saw a lot of the calls during Karen Reed when we watch recaps on Court TV and stuff that Beverly Cannoni made. Yeah. And they're bad calls.
Yeah.
There are a lot of instances when that trial should have been stopped by her and it wasn't.
Well, there's been a few like appearances by Turtleboy, right? Like, this case is not new. It's been going on for a while.
Yeah, it's about to go to trial though in the fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a grand jury or anything like that?
Yeah.
And the grand jury found these charges credible?
Well, you know, a grand jury is interesting, you know, in any grand jury because it's, you know, you have, I'm not sure how Massachusetts works. I know how most states work. I know how New York works. I know how Pennsylvania works. So you get a bunch of jurors for a grand jury, and they're all doing probable cause, right? So they're not doing like a bunch, just one case. They're doing a bunch.
Yeah.
And there's no real like judge or anything. It's just the prosecutor presenting their evidence with their spin on it, and then they determine if there's any probable cause, and the threshold for probable cause is really low.
That's
it's not a surprise.
Okay, because that's what I was trying to figure out is like, if a grand jury saw these videos and said this is witness intimidation, like they really thought that was witness intimidation. But maybe what you're saying is it was through the prosecutor's lens that they saw the information.
I don't think that I don't know what they showed at the grand jury.
Okay.
But there were witnesses at the grand jury being these people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So all the people that he felt were involved, and they're like, he's been harassing us nonstop and we're terrified, and like pretending like they're really scared when clearly they're not. I mean, you saw that guy and how he was acting. These people are not afraid. Yeah. They never were. It's obvious, but that's what they said to a grand jury, and they have to take their word for it. They don't know these people.
They all come across as very smug.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're cops and they're used to everything just washing away for them, and they can do whatever they want. I mean, these guys are talking about like they drank whiskey and drove somewhere, and they're like, "How many whiskeys did you have?" And they're like, "I have no idea. I had way more than I could count, basically."
Yeah.
But that's okay. Like they don't see any like hypocrisy in admitting that. Like, I'm sure they all have pulled people over for DUIs before.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's interesting where I mean, I don't want to dox my location, so I won't, but the police that we have in our city are awesome because I've been calling them. We have like a situation with our neighbor where there are transient people going into a house that's a really, really nice house and taking advantage of this old lady, and they're squatting there.
Yeah.
And they will be banging on the door and screaming in the middle of the night. And, you know, I have an 11-year-old, or no, she's 12 now. I have a 12-year-old.
12.
I do not need that. I don't need her to feel fear because there's people outside screaming at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, or people selling drugs or whatever. Like it's crazy to see like people that are panhandling and they're so messed up on heroin or fentanyl that they can't stand up. You know, they're doing the fentanyl lean because their upper body won't stay upright.
Yeah.
Walking in and out of that house at all hours and screaming. Like, so I call the cops and the cops get rid of them, and they're really nice, and the cops are not drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't feel afraid to call the police or talk to them, but I would there. And it's interesting, when I was living in Boston, which was, you know, over 20 years ago, I had no idea that this culture existed. And it's funny, if I did, I wouldn't have been there.
But do you think it did exist back then, or that maybe this is like a newer thing?
Oh yeah, I saw a documentary on Netflix called, I think it was called like Trial 4 or Trial something.
Right.
About this guy. He's actually going to be on a YouTube show that I really like called The Defense Diaries tomorrow night. And I think you saw pieces of it with me because I was like showing you who Rosemary Scapicchio was.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah, I mean, even then, when I don't know how long he spent in prison, it was insane, but even then it was going on. This is generations and generations of this kind of corruption. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's so deep rooted. I don't see there being a solution. And it's in all of the government, you know, it's the prosecutor's office, it's the judges, it's the police officers. I'm not saying all of them, but enough to where it really makes a difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what? I know Turtleboy says that he's not afraid that he's going to go to prison. I'm afraid he's going to go to prison.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree. He shouldn't go to prison. And I would probably be afraid if I was in Massachusetts as well, if I crossed the cops in Massachusetts. Sounds a lot like Long Island in terms of how the cops work.
Long Island has rooted all that shit out in the last 10 years.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's so much better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been better since you left there.
Interesting.
All right. So I got a couple more things, but I'm going to feed the cat while you read this.
Okay.
So I don't want to bring it up. I'm going to link it to you.
Okay.
So Nick Reiner's brother published something on his Substack, and we're going to read it a little bit. Or you're going to read it and then tell me about it. But I'm going to go feed the cat so she quits being so bad.
Okay. She's still going to be bad.
Yeah, I know. Maybe less bad. Did you get the link?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm about to share it. Hold on. Oh, it's just me. All right. Let me get to the screen share. Okay. Jake Reiner, Mom and Dad, the center of my life. On the afternoon of December 14th, I was in Union Station at a celebration of life for one of my best friends, Christian Anderson, who died in October. I was at that moment. I received a call from my sister, Romy, telling me that our father was dead. Minutes later, she called back telling me our mother was also dead. The 45-minute Lyft ride from downtown to the west side was unendurable. My world as I knew it had collapsed. I was in a trance. The only thing I could focus on was what I needed to get to my childhood home. Or was that I needed to get to my childhood home. I needed to get to my sister. I needed to figure out what the hell just happened.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
How do I mute my microphone? Or how do I, not my microphone, how do I turn my camera off?
I think you click. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Oh, I think I found it.
Oh, click remove. This takes you out.
Well, take me out.
Yeah, I took you out. Anyway. Oh, I was reading that the whole time. I didn't have it up there. Okay. Bad podcasting. So, we're reading from Jake Reiner, talking about when his father, Nick Reiner, died. Yeah. The 45-minute Lyft ride from downtown to the west side was unendurable. My world as I knew it had collapsed. I was in a trance. The only thing I could focus on was that I needed to get to my childhood home. I needed to get to my sister. I needed to figure out what the hell just happened. This is my story. Romy will tell hers in her own way and in her time. I was so robbed of so many things that day. My parents won't be at my wedding. They won't get to hold their future grandchild. And they won't get to see me have the successful career I'm still seeking. It simultaneously breaks my heart and enrages me. Nothing can prepare you for what it feels like to lose both parents instantly at the same time. It's too devastating to comprehend. I still wake up every morning having to convince myself that no, it's not a dream. This truly is my living nightmare. I can't even begin to put myself in my parents' shoes, but one thing I keep coming back to is how frightened they must have been. They're the last people in the world to deserve what happened to them. They deserve to be loved, they deserve to be respected, and above all, they deserve to be appreciated for how much they gave to all three of us in the world. Oh, you're back. Okay. I was going to add you back. They should be enjoying the rest of their lives peacefully while growing old together. Instead, that was ripped away from them, from me, from Romy, and there was nothing we could do about it. What happened again? I don't remember what happened to this to the Reiners.
Oh, the one of their other son stabbed them.
That's why I was confused.
That guy, Nick Reiner.
Yeah. Oh, so I said Nick Reiner. So we're not.
Yeah, this is Jake, the brother.
Right. Okay. That's where I got confused.
Okay. Yeah. No. They had 3 kids.
Do you want me to keep going?
Not if you don't want to.
I mean, it just sounds like a beautiful eulogy to his parents.
But do you get the impression that he does not want to help his brother?
Well, I didn't get to that yet.
No, he doesn't really touch on it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I would imagine he doesn't want to help his brother. His brother stabbed his parents to death. He sounds like he loves his parents.
Yeah. I think that they were going to at first, maybe, and then like they just decided they didn't want to, or because Alan Jackson was the lawyer, and then he decided he didn't want to do it. But they all got like a pretty nice trust fund whenever Carl Reiner, their grandfather, died. Carl Reiner was an actor. Probably you'd know him if you saw him.
I know who Carl Reiner is.
Okay, great. So yeah, and he's of the age where he's entitled to it. Mm-hmm. So he's fighting in court to get that right now. But this was something that, Jake Reiner just put out.
It was really nice so far.
Yeah, it's nice. We don't have to read it. I got something else more interesting if you want it.
Sure.
Okay. Let me bring it up. It's in X, so. Okay. Start at the beginning. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this.
I think you're doing just as good as anybody else does. It takes a few clicks to get it going.
Yeah.
What in the world? Oh,
I'm going to be a little bit meaner than them, so please don't violate my rights. Normally, I wouldn't come to a city council meeting. I'm one of the county's pains in the ass. Historically, I stay out of the city, and the city stays out of my business. It was a pretty decent arrangement. Then y'all sent me one of these tickets from one of your AI red light cameras you have deemed as necessary infrastructure in your city. Thing about this is I was in Seminole, Alabama at the time I allegedly ran this red light downtown. How can I be in two places at once, you ask? Don't worry, I asked myself that too. Outside of Scotty beaming me up 30 miles in an instant, the only logical conclusion is I wasn't there. These things have been deemed unconstitutional for this reason, because the enforcement action of 316.0083 unduly shifts the burden of proof to the vehicle owner, me, to prove my innocence rather than the state having to prove my guilt. Currently, I'm guilty by default. I've been convicted by a computer program. Usually this whole mess of who committed the infraction is settled by a police officer pulling somebody over and actually witnessing them in the driver's seat. Yeah. The AI camera doesn't do any driver verification whatsoever. To get your constitutionally mandated due process, you have to jump through hoops put up by Automated Enforcement Division, a private company in Orlando that's owned by another corporation called Novoa Global, which is owned by a Chilean-Swedish millionaire named Carlos Hofstedt. So not only does this process flow through a private company, our DMV records and personal registration information are accessible by a foreign actor. But anyway, AED sends you this paper, and if you want to fight this thing because you are wrongfully accused, me again, you can't just request a hearing through PPD or the courthouse. Remember, Carlos is involved, so if you have to go through his company, his website, print off his paper, fill it out with enough information to take out a home loan, have it notarized, mail it to the foreign actor, Carlos in Orlando, and then wait for something from someone to tell you about a hearing. This is undue burden even to begin to try to get some kind of due process. Paying is super easy though, go figure. And about that, you can't pay cash. PPD doesn't accept it, and neither does Carlos. According to 31 USC 5103, all U.S. currency and coins must be accepted for all government obligations, fines, fees, taxes, and due. So not only does this whole thing violate constitutional due process, it violates federal law by not accepting U.S. currency to satisfy a government action. Whoever thought this was a good idea is a self-loathing, America-hating, bureaucratic hobgoblin whose pockets probably got stacked with Carlos bucks. You got my attention, though. I'm going to become a more frequent voice down here working to expose frauds and petty tyrants. Congratulations, you all got yourselves a new pain in the ass.
I agree with this guy, though. AI cameras cannot convict people of traffic infractions. And the main reason I say that is because AI's primary concern is completion of the job that they were given to do. They have this strict completion bias. They won't ever say, I'm not sure. It always is either sure or it makes up an answer, right? And it sounds like in this case, it wasn't sure. And so it made something up to say that it caught something, because that's what it's supposed to do, is catch something. So yeah, no AI cameras for traffic enforcement. It should be done by a human being.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on it one way or the other. I saw it. I thought it was interesting. I wanted to hear what you had to say about it, but I don't have an opinion.
I don't understand. So does the AI take a picture though? Like, I don't get it.
The only other thing that I had to talk to you about was Nancy Guthrie. So a couple things came out. I guess TMZ is reporting that they got another note that's like, oh, there's a video, and if you send me 1 Bitcoin, and I'm like, okay, Sheriff Harvey. Okay, Sheriff Harvey Levin. Sure. I mean, it's obviously a hoaxy one, whatever. But they did start releasing like the exact wording of a couple of the notes, right? So, and the person that's verifying this that I heard is a reporter named Brianna, I think her name's Brianna Whitley. And she was a journalist at one of the local CBS affiliates, or maybe it's an NBC affiliate, but I think it was CBS in Tucson. And I've seen her, she does a lot of videos that are on YouTube. She's a really, really good crime reporter, but she's left there and now she's working with a podcast called Crime Junkie. So Anyway, she's read these notes herself that they were sent. The first couple that they said they believe are legitimate. The first one says, "Hello, Savannah. We have your mother, Nancy."
Yeah.
So a lot of the keywords that people are pointing out there are Savannah and we, meaning
more than one.
Right. So that's why a lot of people felt like, when I say people, I mean law enforcement felt that this was targeted because of Savannah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And we, you know, it just indicates there's more than one person. So the second note, I'm going to read you a couple phrases from it, and I'll do it kind of slowly so you can really listen, because you're so good with linguistics.
Yeah.
Okay. First sentence. We never intended to hurt her in all of this.
So they did hurt her.
Right. This is an acknowledgement that she died in the second note.
Oh,
I'm just going to say that. No, it is. There's no doubt about that at all. It's like, that's what the letter is saying, is that she's dead. But things that the she's dead letter said are, we never intended to hurt her in all of this. Is there anything that you notice about that?
Intended. That was the first thing I noticed with this is we never intended to hurt her. Not we don't plan to hurt her. Not we didn't hurt her. Like, you know, like you would say.
Right. It was an accident. That wasn't our intention. Okay.
Yeah.
She perished shortly after she was taken.
Perished is a weird word to use, but I mean.
Okay, I'll do the next one. She is buried in nature now.
In nature? That's also kind of a weird phrasing. The phrasing in this is weird. It doesn't sound like the kind of words a native English speaker would use.
Okay, so you're getting the same thing that I did, and I think a few other people. Yeah. It's weird though, because most FBI people and people that are talking about this are like, this is just a really eloquent speaker. No. This is supposed to sound poetic or whatever. I'm not getting that either.
I don't buy that.
I am straight up getting that this is from, I did some research on this. And when I say I did research, I played with the AI for a very, very long time. And I took individual phrases as well as the collection of all of the phrases in the second note. Okay.
Yeah.
And what I was asking the AI were the phrasing in this. Use English and all other languages based on the words used and the sentence structure. What are the most likely languages that this could be?
That's translated from, yeah.
Right. So I got, we never intended to hurt her in all of this. Okay. German, Dutch, and it said Scandinavian. So Scandinavian isn't a language per se. It could be Norwegian, it could be Swedish, it could be Finnish.
Right, right.
I also believe Dutch is Scandinavian, so I don't know why it said that, but Finnish and Swedish and Norwegian are kind of similar. Finnish, not quite as much.
Yeah.
So that's what hit on that sentence. She perished shortly after she was taken. Same thing.
Really?
She is buried in nature now. Same thing. German, Scandinavian, Dutch. And then the other two, it just said, it doesn't really sound like anything. It could be English. But those three phrases hit that way. And when I put them all three together, and I mean, I'll show you the breakdown when this is over, because we're going to wrap this up soon.
Yeah.
But it really breaks it down, all of it, each individual word. This is what Americans would write. This is what other English speakers would say.
Yeah.
This is how it sounds. Like the word perish, it sounds literary, translated. What else did it pick up on? She is buried in nature now. Native Americans would almost never say buried in nature. They'd say buried in the woods, buried in a forest, buried outdoors, buried someplace in the countryside. The expression buried in nature is much more characteristic of countries where natural burial is considered a cultural concept.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know enough German to know it, but that makes
because buried in nature and those language also is the same as saying return to nature. Like it's the same thing, the same word used to say both things.
Okay, right. What I was going to say is there's probably a phrase that literally translates to buried in nature that is more commonly used in one of those countries.
Right. It might be return to nature.
Right. Or just to mean, but this does sound like somebody who wrote something in their own native language and went on Google Translate and tried to translate each word to make it, because Google Translate will do that. It'll translate the word literally to like a literal meaning, even though it's not the colloquial meaning. Like it maybe means the same thing, but it's not how someone would use that word.
So nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome. This is perfectly grammatical, but an English speaker would say would have changed the outcome, not could have done, could have changed the outcome.
Yeah.
So it isn't wrong. But the AI thinks that it sounds translated because many European languages don't distinguish could and would in the exact same way. But it doesn't strongly point to any one language.
Yeah.
It says
doesn't sound Mexican either.
It said the overall style of these phrases are emotional distancing. Instead of saying we killed her, it says she perished. Instead of saying we buried her, she is buried.
Yeah.
It says there's passive framing. The vocabulary is really formal, perished, outcome, intended. And then when it says what language fits best and why, German, Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Dutch, Japanese, Spanish.
So Spanish is in there.
It says it's possible, but it's very, very less compelling, and it's probably not reasonable to assume that it's Spanish.
Okay.
It's really strong for the German, Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Dutch.
Yeah.
So that whole Northern European. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, I gotta go. I'm real busy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. I have to cut this off. I've got stuff to do, but we'll see this again in a couple days. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday. We'll figure it out.
Let's just shoot for. Lexi will be here Wednesday.
Thank you for saying
our
child's name.
Sorry.
Way to go, Larry. We can. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think 2 date nights a week sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, see you later.
Bye. You want me to play the video?
Yeah, play the outro. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Here we go.